hello everyone. Welcome back to The Hot Mess. Jake and Zara, also known as Plant Gay for Life. I am not in my studio apartment. I'm in a different location right now. I am at my favorite plant store in New York City, which is Plant Corner NYC in Harlem, baby. This is my favorite plant store right here. And right now you're gonna get just a little bit of a sneak peek. We got some amazing collector plants, a whole shelf behind me, and a whole bunch more stuff in the back. Plus some really cool plant-related accessories. But first, I would like to introduce everyone to the owner, my friend Jira, who is right over there.
Hi!
Hello, Jira! So, Jira, tell everyone just a little bit about you, where you're from, and where your love of plants came from.
I'm originally from Thailand. I was born and raised in Thailand. I grew up around plants. My dad loves plants. We have a huge front and backyard filled with plants. And I found out that my cousin husband in Thailand, he collects rare plants. And he also happens to lose his job during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I decided to import his plants and then acclimate them in my apartment and then start selling them online. I would say about a few months later, I ran out of space and I started to look for a bigger space to share the love for plants. So I found this space, which is not very far from my apartment. It has beautiful east-facing windows. I thought it was perfect for a plant store.
Look at these big, beautiful windows, all that light coming in. You can see beautiful Harlem right there. Beautiful neighborhood.
It's not very sunny today.
It's not sunny today, but in the morning, the sun comes in and it looks just fabulous, guys.
Yes.
So, well, that's great. So I think everyone has a great idea of who you are, Jira. And yeah, should we just take a little tour around and see what you got?
Yeah.
Your place looks stocked.
Where should we start?
Let's just start at this table here, I guess. There's some really cool little things here.
So this is our first table. It's $10. We have succulents here also that are $5 each. And then on this side of the table, these are all pet friendly. So we have peperomias, we have polka dot petunias, more peperomias, ferns, purple passion plants, and the other side are just easy to care plants. We have sensitive plants over here.
Oh, I love those. Look how they move. I wonder why they do that. That's so interesting, how plants evolve.
So I would say plants on this table are relatively easy if you have bright indirect light. All you have to do is just water when they need. Some plants like peace lily will droop, pothos will droop and they need to be watered. So it's really easy for starters. We have small plants for people who make terrarium.
This is where I come shopping.
Yep, these are only $5.
Yeah, and look at the undersides of these leaves. These are just so amazing. Look at that. Purple plants. Who knew?
For the win.
And then look at these veins on these plants here. Look at that. That'll add some nice color to your terrarium for sure.
Yep, and then the middle table, we have $15 table. These are still part of the mainstays common plants per se. We have philodendrons, just rarer peperomia, calatheas. These are pet friendly, ferns.
And the plants that are pet friendly, they have a sticker on them. So it's easier for people that are shopping around and kind of browsing. They can just pick up a plant, and if it has a particular sticker on it that will say pet friendly, makes it a lot easier to shop around.
We actually also have a pet friendly section over here.
There we go.
So we'll pick something that are pet friendly, like orchids, prayer plants, dormanthi, ferns.
Look at those orchids. They're gorgeous.
Yep. And this is the sticker you mentioned earlier.
Look at that. Pet safe. There you go. So rather than wondering and trying to Google while you're in the store, oh, is this pet safe? If my cat chews on this. Jira's got you covered right there.
Alright. We also have a low light section over here. This side table next to the $15 table. We have pothos. I think my top three would be snake, ZZ, Chinese evergreen. These are the top three.
And sometimes it's hard to see on camera, but I mean, right now, like where this ZZ plant is, It's quite dark here. But this easy plant will probably put out new stalks here. Like it can be here for months and months. It'll be just fine. Same thing with the Chinese evergreens. I've had these before and they're great.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. This is a snake plant, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look how it's like white and then like a dark green. That's just amazing. And then we got some stuff hiding down here.
Yep. These are all low light tolerant.
Look at
By
that.
tolerant means that if you want them to grow, you probably need to give them some light. But they can tolerate, they can survive
And
in
look,
a less ideal lighting condition.
and not just small plants, even got some statement plants that can be kind of tucked away in a corner without direct sun. Look at that. And that's one of the great things about aroids that I found is that they grow under the canopy in the wild, so they actually don't need direct sun.
Putting out a new leaf, even though it's been put here for like over a month now, since you were here last time, Jake.
Yeah, this is Philodendron Pluto, right?
Yep, this is my baby.
Look at that. And then
I grew them since they were like a 3-leaf.
oh my gosh, look at that. And it's putting out, are these 2 flowers here?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I have not had a philodendron flower for me. I've had a lot of anthuriums flower, but not philodendron yet. I think they have to get really big, right?
Yep, and mature. Yeah.
Yeah, look how big these leaves
We
are.
have hanging plants up here. Like this is Spindapsus Trubia Moonlight.
Wow, look at that.
The leaf.
And these are Brazil, or is this like a cream splash?
This is Silver Stripe.
Silver stripe, look at that.
Yep.
It's just a little bit different from the Brazil.
Yeah, just with this little silver stripe in the middle.
Yeah, look at that. Look how big those leaves are. Oh my gosh.
And then we have Pothosis. This is the Brazil. Brazil is more like green and yellow.
Oh, okay, you know what? Now seeing them side by side, yeah, they're a little bit lighter in color, and they seem to have, I guess,
Like
they don't have
lemon lime.
yeah, they don't have like the white little stripe in there. But look at that. And they're both, pretty much the same care.
Yeah.
Very easygoing. Awesome.
String of dolphins. We have philodendron micans.
Every time I come in here, your plants always look super lush. The leaves are always gigantic. That's amazing.
We try.
One thing I love about, especially, look how it's just like a velvety kind of maroon underside of those leaves. Look at that.
And the new leaf comes out coppery.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Micans are the best. And I'm noticing as we get deeper into the store, we have some plant accessories. You have some really cool, are these like for propagations here?
These are for propagation. This is a 3D printed watering can that our friend made. And this is like, she made it because all her plants are small. And usually the common watering can will like spill all over. But this one you can pour like exact where the plants are. So if you have small plants, this is the one to go for.
Gotcha. And you always have a lot of really cool pots in here as well. Like this one, I haven't seen this one before.
It's cute.
That's really nice. I just want to highlight real quick, look at this whole section of all of these amazing pots.
Yeah, these are for mama pots, and they're also like a woman small business.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the plushes, we have to give the plushes a moment. Look at that. For all of you who can't grow queen anthuriums, we got you covered right here.
We also have this Gloriosum cushion. This is made in Thailand, actually.
Oh, smile for the thumbnail with that. There we go.
I brought this back when I was in Thailand, so I got like a bunch of them.
That's awesome.
Air plants over here.
Oh, I love the air plants. They're so easy to care for.
I think one of them just had a baby.
Yeah, look how different each one is. Look at
This one
that.
just have a baby coming up. And then we have Marimo moss ball. And then just more plants. Always more plants, right? Candles. Some candles like we made ourselves. But most of them are also from other small minority-owned businesses.
Yeah, look at that. I've gotten some candles here and they're awesome. They smell really, really nice. What are these down here? Matches?
Yeah, because a lot of people ask if we have matches when we sell candles, so we just
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
we have plantings if you like plants.
Look at that. You just have
Pink
like
princess.
anything plant
Anything
accessories.
plant related,
All
yeah.
plant accessories are here.
Yep.
And then look at these, and you made these, right? These are little
this
display
terrarium.
Look at that, and look at the little like a little beach.
Then for this shelf, we have local businesses.
There we go.
These are made by Natalia. She's from Astoria. These are 3D printed by Sia and Alec. They live in Harlem.
That's amazing. I love that you support the local businesses and the local artists. That's amazing.
Then we have like one of my customers really loved the store.
Oh, look at that!
She drew a store.
Oh my gosh!
And make a card.
That's awesome.
Yes, support her, guys. Her Instagram is Honey Bunch Lettering.
And you have these beautiful cards here. Look at all these cards. I mean, where else can you find these?
Occasions.
That is just amazing. And you got some potting medium down here.
Yep. And fertilizer, insecticide, fungicide, grow lights.
Grow lights. Yep. You got pretty much everything.
And then
oh, and then these trellises here are really cool.
These are also locally made.
Look at
These are
that.
from Candice in Long Island.
Those are so cool.
These are great for Hoyas.
They're a lot more interesting than just staking like a bamboo stick or something.
And
For
they
sure.
don't mold. So
They don't
that's
mold.
the good
That's
part.
good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have stickers. It's true.
And then even like clothing
Yes, this is
and
from-
bags.
This is from Dana and Shore. Their brand is Kaylee and Dana. They are also minority-owned business, and they handmade these kimonos themselves.
These are beautiful. Guys, when I told you, this place
is
has
from
everything.
Fiona. She's Feline Jungle on Instagram. She made earrings. She made bags.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Should we reveal the living wall?
Yes. Well, you helped design this wall as well. It was a mess before you helped me improve it. Yeah, so these are like, so a little story is that I used to have more than 250 plants at home. I stopped counting.
Ooh.
And my husband cannot tolerate them. So he's like, if we open a store, you better move all your plants to the store. So here we are. A lot of people ask why like we're not selling these. It's because I have emotional attachment to them. We have Majestic right here that I grew since it was a tiny little baby.
Look at those
And
leaves.
this is, we already cut them. This is the top cut.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then we have the red moon I've had since I opened the store. The new leaves about to come out. It's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
look at that. It's gonna be nice and red. That's
Yep.
nice. The beautiful, these are the tassel ferns?
Yeah, tassel ferns, yeah.
Are they both Hupersia?
Yep. Still trying to figure out how to keep them alive.
Well, they both look great. This one looks
yeah.
better than mine. Mine does this weird thing where like the new leaves come in. It grows very slowly, but they kind of curl. So I don't know why it's doing that, but yours looks a lot nicer. Got that wishbone look.
Make sure they're dry out in between waterings.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and then we have Glorious over here. Oh, new leaf.
Look at that.
And the jade, skin dapsus, jade satin.
Ooh, that's beautiful. And one thing that I really love about this living wall is that when you were talking before about how me and another employee here was helping you kind of remodel and reimagine this living wall, it's not, nothing's like planted like directly onto a wall. These are all in these like pots.
Yep, they're called volley grow. And you can switch. You can take them out. This is slotted onto the wall. You can take them out and you can put them.
Look at that.
Any-
That's just so convenient. So like if something, you know, got a little bit too tall or overgrown at the top,
Yep,
like we
you
took
bring them
the
down.
we took the flowering what was it, a strelitzia?
Menthe.
Or stramanthe. Yeah, it was way up there
And now it's down here.
and now it's down here. Now you can fully appreciate. Look at these leaves.
Yeah, but the flower just died off.
Flowers died off, but that's really cool. I've not seen one flower
It's so
before.
big. Let me show you. It's one.
Oh my goodness.
This is one of my very first plants.
Wow.
I had it since it was in like a 6-inch pot.
Wow.
We are
It just goes to show your dedication. Because I'd never seen one look this big before.
Well, to be honest, I also killed a lot of plants in my journey. But this one managed to survive.
That's how you get good.
Thank you, friend.
That's how you get good. And the back of the leaves always get me.
Yeah.
That's amazing. This right here is Glorious. So Gloriosum crossed with Melanochrysum.
Yep.
Look at that. That's amazing. It looks really happy here. I think it's got at least one new leaf, right? Since it...
Up there, yep.
Oh, this one. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Look how they come in kind of blush.
It's just amazing how they're taller than us now.
Literally, I have to go way up here.
Yeah, and then we have terrarium.
Yes, let's pan over to the terrarium stuff.
Lately we have started partnering up with Aroid, which is also another small business in New York. They made these beautiful terrariums. I also have my own terrariums that you also help clean up.
And here they are.
Look at that, gem orchids.
Look at that. It looks beautiful. And then you have, and is that a crystallinum anthurium? And then what alocasia is that?
Dragon scale.
Dragon scale.
Or silver dragon.
Or silver dragon. I have not had alocasias in a long time. And look at all the moss looking all lush.
That is my carnivorous plants.
Well, you actually do sell carnivorous plants from time to time, and you know these are actually a great way to advertise. Hey, you buy them small, but you give them a few months. This is what they can grow into.
Yep. So I got you into this too.
She did get me into them, yeah. And honestly, I only have had them for a few months, and they grow so quickly. They're very easy to care for. They just want distilled water and just a nice bright area, a lot of light. That's all you need. And just sit in water, right? Yep. They just like to sit in a little pool of water. And if anyone remembers my like an older video that I did where I made the the preserved moss, I gave that one to Jira.
Thank you.
This Patricia is amazing. I have a Patricia that it just finally put out like a pendant leaf, so it finally looks like one now.
Slow growing, but they're beautiful.
Yeah,
this
that's
one
beautiful.
got burned by grow light. Oops.
You know what? But this one looks good, so
yeah, that's a new one.
That's all that matters. And then we just pan down here, show you guys this terrarium. So we got a Veitchii in here. What's this red leaf one?
It's a Prince of Orange.
Prince of Orange.
Just got a lot of light.
Beautiful Queen Anthurium leaf right there. Probably like, what, 1.5 feet or maybe almost 2 feet. That's amazing. And we have different Bacchia reflector. And we have, is this a Maranta?
Yeah, Sarcestis mirabilis.
Yep.
This is the biggest jewel orchid. I didn't even realize how big they got. Let me open the...
Oh yeah, let's open this up. Look how dark that is with those red veins. That is beautiful. Jeez. I love that you have so many different types of jewel orchids. They all look so different. Like that one looks totally different to this one up here.
Yeah, we also have a smaller one for sale.
As I'm passing this, just tell everyone a little bit about this bring a cutting, take a cutting here.
Yeah, you know like how some places have a library where you bring a book and you can take a book?
Yeah.
It's the same idea, but plant people love sharing cuttings. We always have excess amount of cuttings. So this is a community cutting wall. If you bring a cutting, then you can switch out with whatever cuttings we have here. Just make sure it comes with a note, not just a leaf.
Yeah, with a note. That is so clever, Jira.
Down here, we have some baby plants.
Look at it, stocked. So that's another jewel orchid, right?
Jewel orchids, more jewel orchids back there.
Oh, look at those little baby ones.
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Alocasia, tortum.
Look at that leaf. Look,
Hoyas.
there's like a shimmer, like a. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but there's like a maroon shimmer. That's amazing. And there's some tortums in the back. Tortums are great. Great beginner philodendron if you're looking to get into the more collectible varieties. What is this guy down here?
That's Burrow's tail. It's a succulent.
That is really cute. Look at that. And then what's this little guy in the jar here?
It's a Jobii.
Look everyone, it's just growing.
Yep.
Look at that.
And we have the mother plant section.
The mother plants. I always love coming in here and seeing the new leaves. Every time I come in here, there's a new leaf that popped out.
Well, the banana plant is like one of the fastest grower.
Yeah, look at this.
I think I've had this less than a year, from like about a foot tall, and now it's just
Wow.
almost outgrowing the pot.
Yeah, I had a banana for a long time, and it got so big I gave it to my friend Jose because he had more space than me.
Yeah.
They do grow very, very fast.
Yes. And then we have domesticum, we have the elbow.
Look at this elbow. It's just a dream.
Yeah. So once it's reached the top, I just cut and propagate them.
Yeah, and then every now and again, you put out the propagations for sale, right?
Yep, and this one has really good variegation.
Yeah. That's a great mother plant to have. Look at the lobes on it.
This is like a mature leaf.
Wow, look at it's almost like a 69686.
But
look
the
at
back
that.
is great.
Look at
And
that.
then we have some Hoyas, like this is my Wilbur grapes. Growing from a 2-leaf cutting.
And you always have the coolest pots, like I was saying before. Look at these little hanging little planters right here. Serpens is just to die for. I mean, look
This
at
leaf
these
is a little
stems.
sad.
Who cares? Because look at these 2 leaves right here. There's a 3rd one coming in. Look at how just villainous that leaf looks. Oh my goodness. It just has a beautiful shimmer to it.
Yeah, when I first got this plant, it lost all the leaves.
But you know what? Those are the most rewarding plants. We can
Yeah.
bring them back.
Welcome to the rare plant section. We have some really good stuff in this week. We have this big Thai constellation.
Ooh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And look at all those roots down there. Look, it's just crawling out of the pot. And what's the secret to caring for a Thai constellation?
I always have plenty of light, and the root rot easier than other monsteras I've had. So make sure the substrate is completely dry before you water.
Gotcha.
You can feel like how light the pot is if it's in a plastic pot.
Yes.
Or sometimes if you keep it in a clear pot, you can also see if there's condensation in the pot. My suggestion is try to keep them in either plastic pot or a clear pot so that you know when it's dry.
Good advice. Yeah, because they're beautiful, but some people can have some trouble growing them.
This is the elbow.
Oh, look at that.
High variegation.
Look at that
version.
white, almost all white leaf.
Yeah, luckily the next leaf come out a little green.
A little more green.
We'll survive. We have really good batch of tortum in this week.
Love that tortum. Look at that.
And I could never pronounce this plant's name. Polypoides?
Oh, the polypodioid.
Yeah.
Polypodioides. Look
Yeah.
at that. So at first glance, it looks like, oh, it's just, they're both the same plant. But let's look a little bit closer.
Let's go find a spot.
All right, guys, class is in session. So these leaves are very, very thin, so hopefully it'll focus. But this is the tortum leaf. Now look at the structure of the leaf. Sometimes you have these little like little T-Rex leaves at the base, but they're kind of just like a palmate leaf. Now let's look at the polypodioides. Hoity, yoity, yoity, yoity. Look at
Looks
this.
like a very thin Florida.
Yeah.
It's like a Florida mixed with tortum. With
Look
the
at that. Yeah, so it has like those ears on it where, see how it goes out like that? Kind of like a Y. And this one's a lot harder to come by, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. So honestly, it's just those little just those little differences. But yeah, look at that. That's amazing. That is so cool. I remember some of the plants that you have were just so unattainable just a couple of years ago, and now I'm seeing them in person. And it's so exciting.
Yes.
People can come into your store and they can see plants that used to be so elusive online.
I feel like all of this used to be like triple, double the price just a few years ago. And now it's so much more affordable, especially like Pink Princess, for example.
Look at the size
Like
of those
we just
leaves.
got the new batch that we handpicked ourselves from the nursery.
Look at this, guys. Look at that's almost bigger than my hand. Look at that.
So like these, How much would it be like during the early pandemic? Like
Oh, with those size leaves? A few,
250?
yeah, a few hundred maybe.
Right now we have them for like $50 to $60.
That's amazing. Look at these leaves, guys. If you're a sucker for pink variegation, Jira's got you covered. Look at that. And then you got some baby ties here.
Yeah,
what I like
that's
about your stock is that you have plants of different sizes. So if somebody maybe doesn't want a plant that's this big quite yet, they can get a smaller one and grow it out. Oh, I remember when these used to be like,
Right.
you could never get your hands on them.
I definitely bought my first one for $700.
Oh
and
my
it was
goodness.
like a one leaf cutting.
Same. I did the same thing.
And the Spiritus Sancti.
Look at that. Again, another one that used to be so hard to come by. Nobody had it. You had to know a guy who knew a guy. And now we got one right here. Look at that.
Red Anderson. This is my new favorite. Look at the leaf.
Look at that. And now what is the difference between a Red Anderson and a Pink Princess?
This one is actually a mix of Pink Princess and White Knight, I believe. So the leaves are more like reddish. Sometimes it has like burgundy purple sheen to it. And it has white variegation.
Look at just all the nuances of different plants. I mean, we were looking at the Brazil versus the white stripe, the Tortum versus the poly, and look at the, like, the plants. You just have to look real closely, and you see all the differences.
Banana?
But oh my goodness, a little banana! So yeah, guys, honestly, this will turn into that in what? Less than a year.
I think so, if you're lucky. And if you provide them the right condition. I'm
Yeah,
not
just-
gonna lie, like a lot of people find them hard.
I've never grown a variegated one. I've grown regular bananas, and as long as you just give them a lot of feed and a lot of light and just a lot of water,
Yeah.
then they're okay. And you just make sure that their leaves are very susceptible
Right.
to spider mites.
And like you don't want the leaves to like have water hold on to them for a long time because they bruise really easily. Make sure you have a fan in your room. I used to keep mine in a grow tent, but I find that at least 50% humidity would do them like just fine. They would work just fine.
Oh, look up! We have to give this guy a little bit of
Let me
bit of a spotlight. Look at that! Look at that! Is that the newest leaf? Look, it literally looks like caramel. It makes me crave caramel right now. And this one is for sale?
It is for sale. It's from a collector friend of ours.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't think any other store in New York City or maybe even all of the United States would have this in stock. But you got it. And what are you growing it in?
This is the pond. So like the way you grow in pond is semi-hydroponics. So you just leave a small amount of reservoir of water underneath and then they soak up the water and the nutrients.
Do you find that it's easier to grow aroids in semi-hydroponics versus just traditional aroid mix or soil? Or just a matter of preference?
I think it's mostly preference.
Gotcha. One thing I realized as an aroid grower is that they're very opportunistic growers. So I find that, you give them enough time and give them enough time to acclimate to a substrate, they'll grow in almost anything.
Right.
Oh my god, look, what is that? What is
That
that?
is the melanophrysum.
Holy moly. Oh my gosh, guys. Look how guys. We got a long boy right here. I don't think I've ever seen one this long before, or
It's
even this
from my
big.
store, right?
That's amazing.
I saw it at the nursery and I just had to grab one.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's awesome. Don't make me buy this on my way out.
Rhaphidophora.
Oh my gosh. Yep, I remember this.
Variegated.
I think a variegated Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, I believe that was the plant that set a record in 2020 for selling for
the most expensive.
maybe over 20,000 or something. I think the news channels were even talking
Right.
about it for a little bit. It was funny. And now we got it right here.
A lot of people ask me why are these plants so expensive. And I think it's like a Louis Vuitton Like it's like
It really is in a way.
yeah, because like only people who collect it find joy in like collecting them, and it means a lot to them, right?
Yeah.
Like I personally don't have Louis Vuitton. I use whatever bag, you know. But like there are people who like get happiness from collecting those rare items, and these are the same thing. Like caramel marble, like this is actually the non-variegated version of this plant. Is actually the Pluto.
Yeah, look
Right?
at that.
So, like-
so one day, these guys can become this big, if you can believe that.
Right.
That's amazing.
So like in nature, I think I've read somewhere that like if you grow 100,000 Monstera seeds, only like 3 of them will have the mutation that we call variegation.
Wow.
So like the chances of the Pluto becoming the caramel marble is just so rare. That's why it's so expensive, and you can't mass produce them just yet.
Gotcha.
So the price is still high. Yeah.
And how is it growing? Is it easy to care for in the store?
So far, I have done nothing but keep refilling the reservoir with nutrient water.
And is it a moderate grower, a fast grower?
It's pretty fast.
Wow. It definitely looks like it's sized up, especially, I mean, just looking at the back of that new leaf right there. Oh my God, look at all these. Look at these, all these leaves.
Wait, let me show you this guy.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh my goodness. And what's the secret to growing a gloriosum that big?
I let them dry out moderately in between, and I fertilize them half strength, what the recommendation says. But I do it every time I water.
And are the terrestrial aroids, like the terrestrial anthuriums, versus the epiphytic anthuriums? Like, for example, this guy, you see it, it's climbing up a pole, whereas these guys, they crawl along the soil surface. Do you find that they're different in care or behavior anyway?
For the one that climbed, to help them reach their full potential, you have to give them a moss pole.
Gotcha. These guys don't need a moss pole because they're just
No.
gonna crawl.
Yes, and for the moss pole to work, you have to keep them moist. That's why we use the Grow Thickly moss pole, you know, the clear ones. That you could feel water. So like,
This is great.
we have to keep them moist so that the plant can root themselves onto the pole.
Yeah, look at that. Wow, that might be the biggest Florida beauty I've ever seen. Look at that.
And then this new leaf is even bigger than that leaf.
Wow, look at that. I think just the top portion is as big as my hand.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's all from growing them in moss pole, because that way they can absorb more water and nutrients throughout.
Now, for those who are wondering, because I get a lot of questions, what is all this green in the moss?
Algae. It produces oxygen for plants, for the roots and stuff. So
So if anything, it's benefiting the plant.
yeah.
It's kind of a symbiotic relationship, probably.
So once this one get to the top, then I'll cut and then I'll extend the pole and have them grow.
Wow. And then what is this big holy guy right here?
That's Monstera escalato.
Wow. Look at the size. It's like an Adansonii on steroids. That's what people say. Look at that. That's amazing.
And then we have a little trumpet plant.
Trumpet plant. Oh, it's flowering.
Yes.
Look at this. Look, we just got like a sea of albos here. Look at these long leaves.
Albo and Tycons.
This a tetrasperma or pertusa?
Tetrasperma.
Look at that. Look, it has the inner fenestrations.
Then we have this majestic.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
This glorious is.
This majestic. And this one is for sale, guys. But it won't be for very long. I love when the new leaves come in and they're just like that beautiful blush. And then the front has like that kind of metallic silverness to it. It's just so beautiful. Look at that.
This is one of the easy, what you call the most easygoing philodendrons I've had. Never give me an issue.
And you got some really cool cactuses down here.
Yeah.
This one's multicolored. Look at that.
If it gets full sun, it goes all red.
And then is this like a ghost cactus?
This is Euphorbia ammak. Eammak. This is Dracaena. white aspen.
And Justina up here, look at how amazing that is. That's beautiful. Wow.
Well, we just have too many plants.
Too many or not enough? That's the question. Look at all this. Look at these huge plants. So if you're looking for a nice plant to put in your living room or in a corner.
That one is Bella palm, yeah.
Look at that.
And then we have the rubber plants.
Look at these leaves.
Oh, we haven't get to our anthurium section.
Oh yeah, we have to. Oh, look at that right there. What do we have here, Jira?
This is the regali.
Look how big that leaf is. How do you grow regalia successfully?
So far, our humidity is around 50%. We always have fans on like at least 14 hours a day. Mm-hmm. And I think those two like contributes to the growth of anthurium because these guys likes airflow.
Gotcha. Yeah. And look at that.
And
it looks like a trunk. It's technically not a trunk, but it might as well be. Look at that. And that's where other giant leaves used to be.
This is the new leaf coming up.
One thing that I love about growing anthuriums is that the leaves come out, they pop out, they're so small. And then they just get bigger and bigger and bigger until they are ready to eat you in the middle of the night. Look at this.
There's a few more variety like the dock block. Michelle.
Look at that dock block, people. Look at that silver venation. Look how it sparkles.
And then this is the new baby Forgetii Poppy hybrid. Forgetii Poppy and Crystallinum.
That's awesome.
And then we have the Doriaki here.
Doriaki. I heard that some people have trouble growing those. Do you find they're harder to grow than other anthuriums?
They're slower grower for sure. It doesn't grow as big as fast.
Look at this one here. Is this a crystallinum?
Yep.
Even crystallinums are so varied, which is so interesting. And the veins on this guy, I mean, he's small now, but you can already tell when he gets bigger. And look at that sinus right there. He's gonna be really cool when he gets mature.
And then we have Koshamamba.
This one is so cool. It's a vining anthurium. Yeah. So technically, pretty much all anthuriums vine or epiphytic, but this one like aggressively vines
climbs,
like a philodendron, which is really cool. I had this one in my terrarium. And then look at these leaves here. Look at that.
This is the Luxurian radicans.
That's amazing. Look how shiny it is. Oh my gosh. And the leaves are so thick. And look how these plants are flowering here. Look at that. Like little tentacles. And we got, is that a clarinervium hiding in the back?
Yep. That is the clarinervium.
That's amazing. We
have the carnivorous section.
Yes, look at down here. So you have a grow light here because they like a lot of light.
Yeah, we have 3 grow lights just for them.
Look how big those traps are. That looks great. And the more light you give them,
the more red they become.
The more red they become.
This is the same type of fly traps that's on my shelf, the one that you saw earlier.
That's amazing. So
and
the
it's
potential.
Just sitting in rainwater right now.
Yep, just sitting in water, living their best life. We have a pitcher plant here.
Yep.
Look at
this
these.
is where the new pitcher is coming from. It started off tiny.
Yeah, and they're pretty fast growers, I have to say, which is awesome. And I found that when I filled the pitchers themselves with rainwater or distilled water, they lasted a lot longer, which I thought was really interesting. Oh, look at this. Is this a cactus?
Yeah, fire stick.
Fire stick. Ooh, and then there's a little white cactus back there.
Euphorbia ghost. We have a new batch of Philodendron Billetier that's really nice. We're selling them for $35.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. They've come a long way. And I would say pretty hardy as far as philodendron go.
Yeah, they're hard to kill. But also like knock on wood.
Well, you know, don't take that as a challenge, but you know.
Exactly. We have poopers here. These we just got in because so many people asked to purchase them.
Yeah.
So we are acclimating them right now. We usually acclimate our plants for at least 1 month before we sell them.
That's good. It's good to know that you don't just immediately flip plants. If you get plants, you let them acclimate to your space and to this very harsh for Aroid's northeast environment.
We have Ataba Poinse for sale. We have Florida Beauty.
Look at that.
The elbows.
Just elbows everywhere.
Honestly though, the elbows, like, I don't mind starting off with the plant that has less variegation. Because these guys are the one that I find that with more light given, they become more variegated over time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, unlike the pink princess that I would recommend getting, like, get one that's already variegated because it's genetic. Like you cannot increase the light and hoping that it will be variegated.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah, sometimes variegation can be very elusive to people. And they're like, how exactly do I get more variegation, but not too much, and da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, and we can just pan up here and look at all those plants way up there.
Just have so many plants everywhere.
And up here we have on display some more of the pots that you have, some more accessories. So one thing that I love about this store...
I just can't find space for them in the back, so they have to be out here.
Well, one thing I love about Plant Corner is that so many of the things that Jira sells are actually on display. Sometimes you'll see a plant that is planted in a pot that you can buy the plant by itself or the pot by itself. So you're able to kind of see what this would look like in your space. But yeah, this place is just a dream. I mean, in the back, there's some more pots. That's where like the grow lights are. Again, just accessories. You have earrings. Oh, let's finish it off with this front desk area. So we got earrings. We got more pots with little eyelashes on them and lips.
We have keychains over here too.
And keychains here. That is amazing. Well, Jira, this is a beautiful shop that you have, I have to say. This really is an amazing place. I do not hesitate when I say it is Plant Gay for Life's favorite shop.
Aw, thank you, Jay.
Not only in Harlem, but in New York City, the best one, I have to say. So, Jira, you are such a gem. Thank you so much
Thank
for...
you for having me.
Thank you for having...
Let's stop in front of the platform. This is a mess.
Okay.
It's behind
Well, let's do a proper outro. So this is the mess of an outro, which is Plant Gay for Life. Thank you, Jira, for showing us your beautiful space. Come down to Plant Corner NYC, only in Harlem, New York City.
Yes. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
You're wonderful.
Sometimes.
All the time.
Did you know I have a music channel? I'll leave a link for it in my bio, which I do for pretty much every video I post here. And if you enjoy the content that I make here, I would really appreciate it if you guys go check out my music channel, check out some of my music videos. All right, I'm out of here. So this has been Jake and Zara, also known as Plant Gay for Life. Ciao.